RealTime Fantasy Sports Show. On today's show, I am going to give you my Sunday morning update for Week 15 of the fantasy football season. I'm Jeff Paur, senior writer for RealTime Fantasy Sports, and I'm going to go over all of the actives and inactives for Week 15, a crucial week of games, the semifinals for most of you in your fantasy leagues, and there's a lot of active and inactive players to go over, so I'm going to do that right now. The active list isn't quite as long, unfortunately. There's a lot of inactives, though, and some big ones that are going to miss the game this week. First of all, let's do the actives. Matthew Stafford is active. He is going to play for the Detroit Lions. He's battling multiple injuries. Really didn't practice at all this week, but he's a go. He's going to play as a favorable matchup, so he's not a bad spot play for fantasy teams in this one in Week 15. Also active, Salvon Ahmed returns to the lineup for the Miami Dolphins. He had a shoulder injury, missed the past couple games, but he's back in the lineup, and he should start for a depleted squad and could get a lot of touches in his matchup. Now the inactives, a lot of them to talk about, and a lot of big name players are out this week, unfortunately. Ezekiel Elliott tops the list. It was expected that he was going to play despite his calf injury. He's played with it the last few weeks, but the Dallas Cowboys are keeping him out this week. Tony Pollard will start. He's a great play for fantasy teams. I know the matchup isn't great, but he'll get a ton of volume in this one, and I think he could really be a low-end number one fantasy running back in Week 15. Also out, I have three of them to tell you about in Miami. Unfortunately, this is bad news for Tua and that offense. Mike Gesicki, he's out with a shoulder injury. Devontae Parker, he's out with a hamstring injury. Jakeem Grant, he's out with a hamstring injury as well. So that's three of the top pass catchers in this offense. Not good for Tua. It is good for Lynn Bowden, though. I think he'll get a lot of work. He's running back eligible in our league, in our formats, I should say. And I think he'll get a ton of volume in the passing game. Could be a good flex matchup, flex play for a lot of you fantasy owners in Week 15, something to consider. Also out is Washington running back Antonio Gibson. He had a turf toe injury. He wasn't officially listed out on the injury report, so there was a little hope he might play this week, but Gibson is out for sure, so that leaves J.D. McKissic to get most of the work at running back for Washington. Also out is New England running back Damien Harris. He has an ankle injury. The Patriots ruled him out yesterday is when the news broke that he was not going to play, but he was listed as questionable on the injury report. So this is official now. Damien Harris is not active. Sony Michel should start for the New England offense in this one, and he might not be a bad play as maybe a number three back or flex option, getting the most of carries for the New England Patriots. Mark Ingram, he is a healthy scratch. So this is a little bit of a surprise. Baltimore is keeping Mark Ingram out of the lineup. He is healthy. He will not play. So that means Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins will get all of the work at running back most likely for Baltimore in this one. Dobbins looks really good to me. I think he could have a monster game in his matchup in Week 15. Okay, those are all the actives and inactives for Week 15. A lot of them to report on. Hopefully they didn't impact your lineups too much, but if they did, hopefully you can find some replacements as well. There are some options out there to consider for Week 15. Good luck in all of your games this week, a crucial week of games. I hope you come out on top. This has been Jeff Paur for RealTime Fantasy Sports. Have a great day.